Irena Sendler,
One Woman's Unsung Triumph
In the Midst of Unspeakable Tragedies,
by Camille
and Rebecca Chin. In this first scene, there are two Nazis talking in Warsaw, Poland, towards the beginning of the Holocaust.
Those Jews are meddling in our business.
They made us lose World War I. That's outrageous.
They even caused the Great Depression to settle in our land.
Unbelievable. But Hitler is a genius. The way he got those votes, promising people food, money, and extra living space. Then he passed laws against those Jews.
Yes, and we didn't have to build the ghetto walls to trap them. They do whatever we tell them to.
If people would stop pitting and aiding those Jews.
We'll show them what happens to people who don't follow our rules. The Nazis invaded Poland in 1939, and the Warsaw Ghetto was completed the following year. In this next scene, we'll meet Irena Sendler taking care of her sick mother. Hello, Mom. How are you feeling?
I'm fine.
You should really see a doctor. You've had this sickness for so long.
We can't afford a doctor. You know that, Irena. Besides, I can take care of myself.
If only Dad were alive. He could have helped you get better.
Irena supported her family as a social worker, but when the Holocaust started in 1941, she also helped Jews.
I was heavily influenced by my father. Before he died of typhoid in 1917, he told me, if you see someone drowning, you must jump in and save them, regardless of their race or nationality.
Irena remembered those words and decided to seek food and medicine to Jews. She and her friends went in and out of the ghetto as often as possible. They didn't care that they're risking their lives.
Irena later joined a Polish organization, Zagota, to help Jews. Every member of Zagota received an alias which they worked under. Irena's was Sister Jolanta.
When Irena first joined, Zagota was only able to help Jewish orphans. Later, they asked friends to give away their children, a heartbreaking action.
In this next scene, you will meet Henya Koppel, who was asked to give away her child, Elizabeth Duff, to the care of Irena Sendler.
Who is it?
Sister Jolanta.
Come in.
May I take your child? We must hurry. The Nazis could spot us at any minute.
Can you guarantee that she will live?
No, I cannot promise she'll live. But if she stays, death is certain.
Take good care of her, please. What was that do?
It will make her fall into a deep sleep so she won't cry. It's for the best because we do not want to alert the guards.
Goodbye, Elizabeth. Wait! Take her spoon. As Elizabeth's name and birthday on it. Please give it to her so she will have something from us, her Jewish mother and father. Parents aren't always willing to give their children to Irena. Most of the times it was difficult to convince them. The children who were given to Irena were then snuck out of the ghetto in ambulances, hidden doors, large containers, or the sewers.
When the children were safely out of the Warsaw Ghetto, Irena gave them new names, families, and homes. She knew she couldn't remember where all the children were hiding, so on small strips of tissue paper, she wrote this information and placed them in glass jars.
Not only that, Irena observed her children periodically to make sure they were properly cared for. Irena continued helping children and was soon appointed head of the children's department at Zagota. She never hesitated to risk her life for Jews. But on this fateful October morning, Irena Sendler is tragically betrayed by a laundry owner.
Bring in the laundry owner. Is it true that you run a laundry shop that serves as an underground mailbox? Does your laundry shop serve as an underground message system?
Yes.
Now tell me, who uses it?
There are a lot of them. I do not remember most names.
What names do you recall?
One of them was Irena Sendler.
You're dismissed. Take her away. On October 19, 14, 1943, Irena Sendler was over at her apartment. They stay up until 2 in the morning talking hushed voices about Zagoda. Before sleeping, Irena put her work bag near her makeshift bed and her driver's list on a table near the window.
Early in the morning, Gestapo, the Nazi police, came banging into the apartment. Irena prepared to push the list out the window, then noticed that police also surrounded the building. Panicking, she forced the list into Janka's hands and saw her shoving them into her bra. The Gestapo broke in and began to search. They wrecked Irena's bed, miraculously covering her work bag.
After they found nothing, they took her to Succes Avenue and questioned her. She claimed she was innocent, just a social worker.
She was then led to a room full of hard wooden benches covered with blood. She was ordered to sit motionless. Later, she was transported to the Paw prison, where she spent the night in a cell.
At 9 every morning, a Nazi guard would call roll call. Some of the prisoners were sent to be questioned. Others were to do the job assigned to them, and many were taken to be executed at Succes Avenue. Irena said Pollock, she was a laundry woman.
Once, a guard was unsatisfied with the prisoners' work. They all lined up, and a Nazi shot every other one of them in the head. Irena watched, horror-stricken yet helpless, as the two prisoners adjacent to her crumbled to the floor.
On the days I was questioned, I gave nothing away. I was beaten for not providing the answers wanted. The Nazis even broke my legs and feet.
Meanwhile, Zagoda was arranging a bribe to help free Irena.
Irena Sendler dyed her hair red and memorized no identity, Claire Dabrowska. She lived with her mom after her capture, but then realized the risk was too big when the Nazis barged into her apartment again.
Luckily, she was away at that time and wasn't caught. Soon after she left her mother, the Warsaw Uprising began.
There was shooting in the streets, and Irena felt that her list and the children were threatened. She buried the list in 3 jars in a friend's backyard.
The Warsaw Uprising inspired many similar activities, with Jews defending themselves in Radomsko, Częstochowa, Poznań, and many other places. The Nazis, for the first time, were scared. They are used to being able to kill all the Jews they want, not getting shot at wherever they went.
Soon, it grew worse for the Nazis. The Russians backed up the Jews. Panicking, the Nazis did everything they could to kill the Jews, sending them on long marches to be killed at death camps. Those were called the death marches.
Only a handful of those millions successfully ran from the horrid 1,000-mile marches. The death marches stopped on May 7th, and the Germans were defeated on May 8th, 1945.
Sadly, almost 6 million Jews died during the time of the Holocaust, more than half of them because of the death marches. But Irena Sendler triumphantly saved 2,500 Jewish children from that horrible fate.
In 1965, Irena received the title The Righteous Among the Nations. She died on May 12, 2008. She received a medal which read, "Whoever saves a single life saves an entire universe." She said to all,
Heroes do extraordinary things. What I did was not an extraordinary thing. It was normal. Although she was not discovered until the early 2000s, Irena's story still continues to inspire people to triumph over the wrong in spite of their own personal tragedies.